What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the WWE Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin. Can I get a hell yeah? This is the 1999 peak McMahon versus Austin rivalry version of Stone Cold. You can see he's got the handcuffs because McMahon has just kicked him out. In fact, I believe this is the Zamboni night. I think this is the night where Austin jumped on the old Zamboni, crashed into the ring, clotheslined McMahon, somebody threw a big, inflatable thing in the ring, and then he got arrested with a big old smile on his face. On the back of the box it says, "At Breakdown in Your House, the Texas Rattlesnake was cheated out of his WWE Championship. The next night, Stone Cold drove a Zamboni," it is what it was, down to ringside and dove right into the fray to open up a can of whoop ass. And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so. I love the very sincere nod to that moment. I mean, in the real moment, he's actually just wearing a knee pad with, a brace with no knee pad, but you gotta give us all the knee pads if you're gonna give us a Austin that's ring ready as well. But they went very authentic with it. For me personally, I was never really, what am I saying? I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was the fucking best. But for me, the version of Austin that I have the most emotional, nostalgic connection to is a version that most people don't usually really think of when they think of Steve Austin. And I'm talking about 2001, The Invasion Alliance, Stone Cold Steve Austin. This figure lends itself perfectly to that look. I mean, look, the white knee pads, I got those from a recent Stone Cold Basic. The smiley face, the t-shirt is from the Milkamania 2-pack. It goes great with the soft goods jeans, with the exception at the back there. You can really see there the a little bit too much junk in the trunk for that shirt to do all the way up. And that's also down to these Ultimate Editions just being a much higher scale than a regular Elite. Not a much higher scale, but they're starting to get bigger in every way. And it's things like t-shirts for old figures not necessarily fitting properly on the Elites that really kind of drive that point home. But I think it looks even better. He was getting a bit of a belly around that time. That shirt is proportionately tight compared to what he was wearing in 01. And in case anybody is wondering, this hand is actually from Scott Hall Ultimate Edition. That's one of his hands, you know the ones. Alright, I'm just gonna pop Austin there doing his best Stephanie Vicaire pose. And that is his best Stephanie Vicaire pose. We're not going any further than that. So this figure comes with a couple of beer cans and a couple of beer can holding hands. Beer hands, I guess. We got beer hands and beer cans. He comes with the regular gripping hands as well, and he comes with two pointed index finger hands, which I guess are surrogates for the middle finger. I did give it a little bit of a try to make a middle finger hand. Maybe you can see this one here. So, it goes all right. The way I did that was just boiled some water in the kettle and put it in a glass. Put the hand in there for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Got it out. Tried to bend it as much as I could, but the fingers did sort of spring back into place. But I kind of just pushed them down, and then I put it in some ice water for about 5 minutes, then got it out, and it's held that pose for a few days now. So if you want to get your own middle finger, that's just one of these Rollins Orton hands that we get with everything else. So let's have a look at the articulation on this bad boy, because there is some shit to talk about here. So it's got a much wider torso than I think any other Austin that we've seen, and that is very welcome because that's pretty accurate to, how he was in comparison to some of the other wrestlers. Butterfly joints, pinless double jointed elbows, the arms do pop off quite easily as well, which you will need to do in order to put the singlet on that comes with it, because the singlet doesn't have any opening on the back. So I think that's what they're going to be doing, at least with the Ultimate Editions, is giving us seamless clothing, but you'll need to pop the arms off to maybe get it on, which I'm perfectly fine with. More of that, let's go. Decent amount of movement in the abs there, and he can also go back up like thus. He does have drop down hips, and they can get caught in the soft goods shorts, so just be careful that you're not getting it too caught up in the thing, especially with posing. It can really get caught in that sort of groove. Double jointed pinless knees, and we got toe articulation as well as your typical ankle pivot and everything that comes with the foot. Boot cut, This figure is very, very well articulated. So looking at the soft goods shorts, I wasn't that interested or excited about these. I mean, I recently got the Stone Cold Steve Austin Then Now Forever pack that's got different kind of jorts, and I was pretty happy with these ones right here. And by the way, you can get the singlet on the Elites, you just have to give it a bit of a stretch, which I wouldn't really recommend, but it's your choice. I'm honestly pretty happy with either of these, but honestly, having this Ultimate Edition have the big thick shorts as well as like the thick torso and everything like that, and the big knee braces and all that kind of thing, I think it just looks amazing depicting that particular era. So I'm perfectly fine with these shorts. I think they did a way better job with this than I thought. In terms of the paint, I mean, there's not really much. It's pretty much just that. Stone Cold Steve Austin's tattoo, and you know what? It looks great. It looks like a tattoo. The heads that we get these ones are... I'm not sure about this variety here. So we got the Cranky Austin here. We've got the open face laugh, and then we've just got like a different smiley face. I would have not really worried about putting an extra smiley face in there, gone with maybe something that was a little bit more menacing. I don't mind that one, but I think all of these faces are depicting very specific frames and moments from that scene where Austin is getting arrested. But if you have a look right here, that's basically the exact same face. And I'm fine with them doing that. This is the first Ultimate Edition Austin I want, and I want a little bit more malice than just that. I don't know if you can see this, but the shorts of mine are starting to fray in the middle already. So if that ever happens, don't be an idiot and grab it and pull it. Go get some very sharp scissors and snip it off. Or if you've got a lady around the house that knows how to look after soft goods, take it to them and say, would you please help me with this? And I'm not sure if this is an accessory that we're going to see with many other Elite Stone Colds either. I feel like this is quite a fancy accessory. All right, so I'm going to try and take these jorts off without taking off the knee pads. I don't think it's going to be very doable. So you would need to, yeah, the shorts are far too tight to be able to take them off without removing at least the knee brace. And at least with the Ultimate Editions, it's much easier to get the knee braces off because you've got a little bit better articulation down at the feet. I mean, it does go over the knee pads, which is good, but yeah, be really, really careful with these because I think you could very easily start to like unthread some of the joins of these jorts. So this is the articulation on the legs. There's a bit of a thigh cut there, and it does have the drop down hips. So, you know, just be aware of that when you are doing your posing. No knee brace Austin looks naked. He might as well be completely naked. It doesn't look right. So this is the new Stone Cold Steve Austin knee brace. It actually bends at the joint there, so it does give you some fairly legitimate knee brace articulation right there. And that does just pop off, so you can put that on in 2 parts. But it's a nice piece. I wish it came with 2 because I am a 2 brace Austin kind of guy. And it is a little bit clunky trying to like plug these things in. But if you get them on there, give it a bit of a squeeze, and now you've got an articulated knee brace. In fact, this might even be a set it and forget it kind of figurine in terms of the jorts and things like that. If you are going to kit bash it, just be aware that getting the knee pad off and on is a bit of a pain. But let's see what Quentin Tarantino thinks about this. It's time for the Tarantino test.
Tarantino test.
This is the part of the video where I talk about the feet of the action figure because I think they're the most important part when it comes to posing. If you've got terrible feet, then you can't do much. Look at him. If you try to stand him up on 1 foot, nothing is happening. But good feet means good posing, and you know, the WWE figures always kind of knock it out of the park anyway. And they're very, very flat. There's no weakness in the ankles. It's got plenty of stability, especially for a figure that's got such a thick upper body. Like all the WWE figures, this passes the Tarantino test.
Tarantino test.
this figure is absolutely outrageous. I love it. It's Kit Bash City. You've got so many options on things to use with different Austin figurines and t-shirts and stuff that you can bring over, which we are going to have a look at in just a second. But I do want to quickly show you guys the Dominic Mysterio Jailbird Dom with the handcuffs on. I think these cuffs are different to the ones that came with the WrestleMania Dominic Ultimate. I don't have that one, but I just thought it was a nice touch. So here is Stone Cold Steve Austin in his OG glory. This is Stone Cold Steve Austin during his peak, during the Alliance. This is a custom shirt that I got made up from, I think, Forbidden Figurines, I think. But this is that 2003 Sheriff Stone Cold Fuck Fear Drink Beer shirt. I mean, I would love to get a Mattel release of that shirt, but I know right now that ain't happening. But I think that looks tremendous. And in the traditional Austin 316 shirt, this is the shirt that came with the Then Now Forever 4-pack that also had Hogan, Rocky Maivia, and Becky Lynch in it. And then we've got the SCU Stone Cold University soft goods top and the hat. The hat just fits on this Austin head. Again, with that scaling of the Ultimate Editions just being a fraction higher than the Elites, especially the old Elites. You're lucky to get that to fit, but it does fit on. And with that one knee pad and the soft goods, jorts and everything like that, I mean, that's a pretty goddamn good-looking Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. So let's have a look at some other Ultimate Editions here with Austin. We've got the Ultimate Rivalry, Stone Cold versus The Rock. This Rock Ultimate is also pretty damn good, but I mean, everything that comes with this Austin definitely puts it in a league well above the average Ultimate Edition. Should have come with a belt though. That is the only thing it is missing. It is one title belt, even if it was a smoking skull belt.
Yeah, what about Stone Cold with Macho Man? Yeah. Oh yeah, and don't forget Black Machismo as well, yeah.
Another one of my favorite Ultimate Editions is the Eddie Guerrero Monday Night Wars with the Eddie Guerrero as my favorite wrestler t-shirt. That hits so many levels of nostalgia. Can you imagine this match? Prime 1998 Eddie Guerrero from WCW against WWF champion Stone Cold. Hook it to my veins. And the evasion is alive and well when
Rob Van Dam hit Kurt Angle with the 5-star frog splash. Wham! He proved beyond a shadow of a doubt. It is on my side.
I loved Invasion Austin. In case you couldn't tell, it was the best. Oh, there goes RVD. This is I don't think I want this to be a rivalry. I would like to have seen this be like an on-air alliance. Stone Cold and Rowdy Roddy Piper. Can you imagine them just like wreaking havoc as like a, you know, we're both badass dudes, but we gotta get together and take out these assholes. Kind of like the whole DX story in 06, but give that to me with these guys just running roughshod through the entire corporation. And one of the most underrated Ultimate Editions, in my opinion, is the Lex Luger Monday Night Wars. It comes with some cool accessories and everything, but just as a quality action figure, it is so friggin' good. Replaceable hair, it does a lot for a wrestler that doesn't have a lot of visual things that they can sort of bring to life in action figure form, but they really did a good job with Lex Luger. Do I want to see Lex Luger versus Stone Cold Steve Austin? I don't think I do. And probably one of my least favorite Ultimate Editions is this Undertaker one. The body on it just isn't that great. I'm not very happy with what they managed to do with this one. It looks fine, but once you get moving, things get ugly. The fact that we've got the Paul Bearer Elite that could go with it as well completely saves that figure, but this is what, 97 Austin versus 97 Undertaker, or 98, I guess we should say, at Madison Square Garden. I think Taker still looked like that at that point, I believe. Now, this is an alliance. Okay, actually, no. Here, this is the Dream Team. We got the Tribal... Oops, got to get those kicks in the shot. We got the Tribal Thief, we got Roddy the Piper, and we've got the Texas Rattlesnake. This is the dream faction we've all been waiting for. Or maybe we get this duo right here, Stone Cold Steve Austin in his prime and Rhea Bloody Ripley dominating. And yes, I do pose my Rhea Ripley with the Smoking Skull Championship belt and the women's title because why the fuck not? If anybody deserves to bring back the Smoking Skull title, it's Rhea Ripley. And I don't think Stone Cold Steve Austin would disagree. Alright, now I'm just fantasy booking factions. But I hope you enjoyed this review of the WWE Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. There is a Marvel Legends Psylocke and Thanos giveaway happening when we reach 1,000 subscribers. So hit the subscribe button, help me get there, and I will bring you more factions like the Iconics, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Rhea Ripley. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your figs, ta-ta, and farewell.